Hello my dear friends, hope you all are fine and doing well. Thank you so much for joining me again. Thank you so much for joining in your channel. My dear friends, today I brought you a very fantastic video, and in this video I am going to show you how you can trap your opponent into checkmate using the Ruy Lopez opening, or it is called the Spanish opening. So my dear friends, without wasting the time, let's get started the game. So if you want to start the game in Ruy Lopez or Spanish opening, you just simply push the pawn into e4, and as you are controlling in the center. So from other hand, majority of the players, they are pushing the pawn into e5, and also they want to have control in the center. So this is the normal response to the e4 move. So my dear friends, in here you just simply take your knight into f3 and attack to this pawn in the center. So now your opponent is also defending from his pawn by taking his knight into c6 and defending from his pawn. So my dear friends, now you have the another move, and that is activating your bishop into b5. So my dear friends, when you reach up to this position, this opening is called Ruy Lopez or Spanish opening, and this opening is one of the most aggressive opening and widely used by grandmasters. Especially Magnus Carlsen played this opening widely in his games. So therefore I have a plan to make full tutorial about this opening, and I need your attention and your existence on those videos. So now let's continue the moves in here. So my dear friends, when you took your bishop into b5, now your opponent is taking his knight into f6, and your opponent is attacking to your pawn in the center, as your pawn has no defender. When you reach up to this position, you should not defend from your pawn. Instead, you just simply go castle. So if your opponents capture the pawn, it is called blunder. But in case some players, they don't know the outcome of this move, so they are capturing the pawn into e4. Now my dear friends, you just simply take your rook into e1 and attack to your opponent's knight. So your opponent is seeing that his knight is under pressure, so he is taking back his knight into d6, and from other hand attacking to your bishop. So my dear friends, when you are attacking to your opponents, and also be careful that where your opponent is moving. Sometimes you are not aware, but your opponent is attacking to your pieces. For example, right now your opponent attack to your bishop. So my dear friends, in here you have the best move, and that is capturing the pawn by your knight. And now your opponent is simply capturing your knight by his knight. And here my dear friends, you have this option to capture the knight by your rook. But in here the best move is coming, as from other hand your bishop is under attack. So in here you just neglect from all these moves, you just continue to activate your pieces. Just take out your knight into c3. Now your opponent is seeing that you didn't save your bishop. Somehow maybe he thinks that you forgot your bishop. So that's why your opponent is simply capturing your bishop. Now it is your turn, and you have to capture the knight and give a fantastic check to your opponent. So in this position, your opponent has not any other option without covering this check by his bishop. Especially your opponent is not covering by queen, because when he loses queen, so therefore no need to continue the game. So that's why your opponent is covering this check by his bishop. Now my dear friends, you have this option to capture the knight, but in chess, if you see a good move, you should look for better one. So that's why in here you have to take your knight into d5 and attack to your opponent bishop. So and here, my dear friends, analyze the entire game. Your opponent cannot save his bishop. So therefore, it is no need for your opponent to waste his time in bishop. So therefore, your opponent is using from opportunity and he is simply going to castle. Now you have the base move, and that is capturing the bishop and giving a fantastic check to your opponent. So your opponent cannot capture your knight because you are capturing his queen. So that's why the game is over for your opponent. So he is not capturing by his queen. So instead, he has to move his king. So he is taking his king into h5. Now his knight is under pressure. You have this option to capture the knight, but in here you have to go for another base move, and that is taking your queen into h5. When you are taking your queen into h5, so you are attacking also to your opponent's knight. Your opponent does not have any good option. So the only option for your opponent is to save his knight in this way by taking it back into d6. Now, my dear friends, you have checkmate in only 2 moves. Can you find it? Please pause the video for 1 minute or maximum 2 minutes and find that checkmate for white. If you find it, so please write in the comment section below. If you are not find it, so I'm going to show you. And here, my dear friends, you have to sacrifice your queen by capturing the pawn into h7. So your opponent is simply accepting your sacrifice, and you have the final checkmate by your rook. And your opponent cannot go to these squares as it is controlled by your knight. So in this way, you are trapping your opponent to checkmate. And also, maybe you are asking this question, why your opponent didn't push the pawn. So I'm going to show you that line as well. So maybe, my dear friends, you are asking this question, why your opponent is not pushing the pawn into g6. When you face in this position, you just simply take your queen into h6. Now your opponent cannot capture your knight, so he has to take his bishop into, so now he has to take his knight into d6. Now, my dear friends, you have this move and you are going to checkmate your opponent. And here your opponent, you are threatening to checkmate. For example, if your opponent decides to capture your rook, so you have checkmate in only 1 move. And this brilliant checkmate is coming. So in this way, you can trap your opponent. If you go for other lines as well, you are seeing that checkmate. So thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching this fantastic video. And I hope you enjoyed from watching these videos. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel, share it with your friends. And this way, you are motivating me to make lots of good videos in the future. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.